Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We got a video for you today that I hope you all going to like. It's going to be for this CRAFTSMAN set, both in the SAE and metric sets that we'll have here. Now, to backtrack just a little bit, we did a video not too long ago on the regular box end version of this. The difference of this one being is this is going to be the ratchet end, and this piece was a 12-piece. These current pieces we're going to talk about are going to be 8-piece sets that have the ratcheting end. And then we also did a video previously on, well, it's Stanley Black & Decker that obviously makes and owns CRAFTSMAN. They also own Facom and USOG, and I did a video on this set as well. And it's also worth noting that USOG, if some of you guys are looking at this, you actually recognize that it's very similar to Mac and their wrenches that they have as well. So I have previous videos, I'll link them to these. I go into depth about what I like and dislike about each of those, and their comparable options underneath the Stanley Black & Decker badge. Now, that being said, these two sets, I actually have two. I have this set over here and this set. I bought two sets. I initially bought my first set a while ago off of Lowe's website. Oh, back when they had a sale, I think they were like $39 or $49. And so I got my first set. Now, some of you guys might say, hey, I just saw those recently, and that would be true because Lowe's also liquidated their sets back during the Black Friday deals that were going on last year. And so you could pick up that same set for even less. And that price is actually still shown on Lowe's website, and I'll put a link to it, but pricing for these, well, let's jump into that in just a minute. Let's take a look at the wrenches. We'll talk about where you can find them, how much they're going to cost. But let's find out what these are like, because you get less out of them compared to this set, right? This set you get, I'll let you guys see the sizing side by side. Right, you don't get the 7, you do get the 8, 10, 11, 12. You get the 13, 14, no 15, and no 16 and 17, no 18, 19. So you might argue and say, well, this is much better. This has no skips, minus the 9, which most people don't care about. This would be more suited for you. And I would agree, this has everything you want in it. Now, lengthwise, you might notice that these are more of like a short type kind of spanner. Or, I don't know if you could necessarily say short, but they are on the, maybe they're more so standard length. They're not long, and they're not stubbies. So you don't get that long reach. And you may or may not be looking for that. That's okay. But for what they are, they're actually great wrenches. And how they're stowed in here, I absolutely love it. Great holder, everything. Yeah, and we'll go into that. So here, obviously, here's the metric, and here is the standard. So you can see the sizes here for standard. Very much the common ones that you'll see on a regular basis. And it works much the same. You have a little lever here to pop it open. It swings open. And this is actually a nice, durable, hard plastic case. Much like, I would say, like the Mac wrenches. They have a nice, durable, harder plastic case. I mean, it does have flex to it. It's not going to get crack and get brittle on you easily. But I like that they also put the sizing inside. And it's actually stamped in the plastic and then obviously painted. And then it's on the outside and on the outside here. So as you're looking at it either way, you can see those sizes relatively easy. Okay, so let's take a look at the 12. Or let's jump up to, let's go 14 mil. A little bit bigger here. So what's unique about this wrench? Let's pull it out and the other 14 mil. We'll do them side by side. So size and lengthwise, let's get them lined up just right. This is going to be ever so slightly longer because of the ratcheting box end. But as far as the heads are concerned, kind of same. This one has that kind of recessed or pronounced jaw to it that gives you like that profile. Whereas this one's just going to be your typical kind of spanner. They're about the same width too. And the whole neck design is very similar. The twin I-beam. The part numbers are very much marked in there the same. Part numbers almost stay pretty close to the same. 32 versus 81 with a V. You'll notice too that I've actually added color to these. These didn't come with color. If you want to learn or figure out how to do this on your own, how to add color to your wrenches so that you can easily identify them, I did a video previously It got a lot of views for whatever reason, but it goes into how to do that so it comes out clean and nicely and doesn't fall apart on you. So feel free to look that up. I may even put a link in there for you guys too. But yeah, here's your 12-point. Has a recess to it. Allows it to drop in and get a fastener while keeping a minimal profile. But this one's nice in that it's got a ratcheting in on it. I mean, I think a lot of us have got to the point where we prefer the ability to ratchet. And this ratcheting function is really nice and smooth. The selector switch is nice. It sets just a little bit high up, but it doesn't protrude out to where it's going to get easily hit. I would like to see it just set a little bit lower, just in case you do smack it. And then here's CRAFTSMAN V on the front side. Good polishing. Obviously down deep in there, the polishing doesn't quite get to it, but I mean, as far as polish goes, these branches have some of the best polishing that I've seen in quite a while. They are very well polished, very good fine texture to them. Yeah, they've done a really good job with these. Now, as far as what's in them, we'll look at this on here for you guys so you can see. The part number for this set is CMMT87375V. It's an 8-piece set, as I mentioned. It's got a 5-degree arc swing, and that's because it's got a, it's got a 12-point on here, but it's got a 72-tooth ratcheting box end on it. So nice to have that nice high tooth count. Now, for some of you guys who may not know what the V series is for, this is CRAFTSMAN's professional line. They had it way back in the 50s, through the 60s, maybe even through the 70s and parts of the 80s. Went away, and it's back again, and it's kind of gone again too. But V series is essentially the professional level of CRAFTSMAN products, so you're going to get, ideally, the best products that they make in these types of sets. Full lifetime warranty, hopefully so long as they have some in stock if you ever break them. Here's a breakdown on which ones are included. Again, the part number on the back. Registered Stanley Black & Decker. And these are made in Taiwan, which I actually really appreciate. I think a lot of Taiwanese made products are actually quite nice. And depending on where they're manufactured, they're really high quality. Now, if you want to get the SAE version, part number is going to be right here, CMMT87350V for the SAE version. So all in all, I mean, it's a great ratchet. I think it does a good job. And here it is on a fastener. Fits on there nice. The open end, nice and tight as well. We can take a measurement with that. Yeah, so 14.05 on its narrow. I think that's a good number to be at. So you have a nice, good fitment on fasteners. And I haven't had any doubts or any complaints myself trying to run any of these other sizes while working with them. That they're machined nicely. They have a great finish. Yeah, there's a couple little bumps inside. They're not too bad though. But the overall ergonomics and feel of them are just superb. I think they feel great. And you have a 15-degree offset on this end, and they're just handy. Now, I think it's worth also discussing these carrying cases. I mean, you guys, they're set up to put on a pegboard. I mean, they even have the little notches here to make sure you get it centered. It doesn't want to flop one way or the other. And then they have a through hole. You click it all the way closed. It's a really good clasp. There's a through hole through here, so let's say you have a lanyard, or we'll use a zip tie as an example. You could take it and either carry it over your shoulder with a lanyard, which I've done in the past. Like you say you're going to go to the junkyard, or you're going to go out in the field and need something real quick. You can set a lanyard in here, just carry it over your shoulder, and it stays on your side. Or you could zip tie it to something in your shop or in your vehicle. Really happy about these ones that they came out. I'm happy that they came out price-wise too. They're really a nice price. Like I said, I had paid $39. I think I paid $39 when they first went on sale, like at one of the Christmases like 2 years ago, and I picked up these, and these were on sale too. Great prices. They're on Lowe's website for $29.95 each. but they currently say out of stock. Now, will they replenish that stock? I don't know. But if you could find one at your local Lowe's, and my Lowe's still has a couple, I think, Ratchets in it that are on clearance. If you're lucky and you could go to your Lowe's and find one of these, they're still sitting there. They're going to be a great price at $29. Exceptionally good price for $29. I would definitely buy all that I could of these at that price range. Now, for those of you guys that don't have them at your Lowe's, where can you get them? I think Craftsman still sells them, and these sets are running around $60 to $70 for those sets. And there's a couple other outlets where they're running around that $60, $75 range that you could pick up as well. I will note that since these are essentially a Facom knockoff, Facom has them on Amazon, and I'll put a link down below for you guys. It's actually less expensive to buy these. You can actually buy them right now, I think, for like $26 for the set. So it's at the time of this airing, $26 for this exact same set, but as a Facom line. Now, how does the warranty work long term with that? I don't know. I've never had to try to warranty a Facom product yet. But the Stanley Black & Decker units, these ones would be obviously a little bit easier because you'd have a local Lowe's, or you could reach out to Stanley Black & or you could reach out to Craftsman in the U.S. to get them replaced. Facom, I haven't done that yet, so I don't know what that experience is like. But again, I'll put the links to each of these below, guys, so you guys can check them out. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you picked up any of these, or the Facom ones, or the Mac Tools, or the USAGs? What do you guys have, and do you like it, or do you recommend something else? All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.